Yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? Still figuring this live stream out. You have no idea how tight that was. But I got sound going. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. That's better. Okay. All right, we're moving and grooving. Hi, everyone. You let me know if sound or audio or anything's wrong, but let's get going. So welcome to the live stream Q&A. This will be 15 minutes long. If you have a question, you can submit it right in this live chat, and I'm going to prioritize super chats. So if you want to have your question for sure be acknowledged and answered by me, you can ask your question in the form of a super chat. Super chat's a little $ next to where you would type. It says say something. You can donate to the channel with that. Everything you donate goes straight to gear, to making these videos better. When American Idol is over, I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep going. I've got some really great ideas from you guys that I'm going to do, and I need more gear, and you guys have already provided me with such great stuff. So all the donations will go there. Okay? We're going to start at the very top, and I'm going to answer questions until there is a super chat. And like I said, it's 15 minutes long unless there are super chats to answer. And then I don't end the stream until super chats are all answered. Just guaranteed answer. Speaking of which, let's get going. Steven Melendez with a $2 super chat. What are some of your favorite performances this season? Great question. EM has one of my favorite auditions of the season. Oliver's audition was great. We had a lot of great auditions. Tyson's audition, Mary Beth Bird's audition. I would say this last one by Oliver. I would say Tyson and Kaylin's duet, Kaylin Hedges, their duet. Elijah McCormick's audition. Those are the ones that come to mind. EM and Oliver's duet was really great too. It's that Weekend song, Save Your Tears for Another Day. So good. Next super chat comes from Melissa Bates. Thank you, Melissa. Got a shout out during the video, Melissa, a little celebrity. Hey, Clark, thanks for the double shout out. You're welcome. And there's another one. What is your advice for Oliver going forward? That was too close for my heart to take. I'm going to be very honest, and very straightforward here. There's nothing he can do that he's not already doing. And he's not gonna make it much further. And has nothing to do with him. Has nothing to do with a lack of anything on his part. He's been my number one pretty much all season. And if he wasn't number one, he's my number two. He's the musician I admire the most. And I think he's the most talented musician of anybody there. But that's his thing, is how good he is. And unfortunately, and it's like, oh, great. Isn't that what it's supposed to be? Unfortunately, that's not what gets votes. Your talent doesn't get votes. Your musicality doesn't get votes. Now, it gets you votes. Obviously, he made it into the top 10. He's voted there. But it takes some other type of even non-musical thing to actually get you deeper into the competition from this point. So my advice is keep crushing and treat every performance like it's your last. This next one probably is. And it's okay, because the good side of the show being so short now is if you get cut next week, there's only one more week of the show. You got the same amount of publicity that anyone else did. And to win, the advantage of winning isn't very steep when it's compared to everyone else. When it's really the prize of winning is the publicity you got, and you're getting the same publicity if you're second or third or fourth or fifth. And even if he's eighth, it's a week difference. So that's my advice. Keep doing exactly what you're doing would be my advice to him. He might be on here, but he doesn't need advice from me. He is a true musician and an artist, and he's killing it. One of my favorites in Idol recent history. $2 super chat from Alex Jenner. Are you upset that Mary Beth went home? Yes, but I think it's okay that she went home. It's just a reality of the competition. It's just where we're at. People are going to go home that we don't want to go home. Someone's got to go. I'm a Mary Beth fan, and so I would have loved to see more of her. And she never, even though she never quite got up to her audition level, I still enjoyed her and was still like holding out every week. Like, come on, do like, if I was a judge and would have picked a song for her, I would have picked Boondocks by Little Big Town. I feel no shame, I'm proud of where I came from. She would have murdered that. Beyonce Wood, welcome to the Groove Crew. $10 super chat. Thank you. Jamil, thank you. Clark, I hate to admit it, but I think you're right. That's good. The performances are starting to become so lights out. I don't think we can be happy with anyone going home. Exactly. And it's inevitable. Haven's last performance was wild. Yeah, I loved it. I might do a cover of that song just for me, just because I love it so much. Great song. Would it be too weird and pretentious if I did like every week a song or two that one of the contestants did, but how I would have done it? Kind of like I touched on with Tyson's song. Like, this is what I would have done. I don't know. That sounds a little pretentious. But yeah, you're right, Jamil. Every time someone's getting cut, we're going to hurt. It's been that way for a long time, actually. With $5 super chat from Tamara, but it was retracted. The money did not retract, which is nice. Tamara, if you meant to ask a question, or if you want to ask another question, I'm going to keep my eyes out for you as I scroll down. Until then, typically someone, a $10 super chat, thank you, whose performance from last night's show was your favorite? Oliver. Actually, yeah, as much as I loved Megan's and it just floored me, I would listen to Oliver's again before anyone else's. $5 super chat for Scary Pool Party. Thank you. Who am I looking at for? Tamara. Or Tamara. I'm not sure. Or Tamara. Here we go. Have you thought about joining Giles Martin, George Martin's son? You are an awesome arranger. Thank you. No, I'm not aware of Giles or Giles. But I'll look him up. Thank you for the suggestion. Scary Pool Party, thank you. Looking, if you meant to ask a question, go ahead and ask it, and I'll keep an eye out for you. But you had to say, I like learning. Thanks for the great info. Thank you. I appreciate it. I think about this stuff. Like, this is the stuff I care about. You know, the nerdy music theory, and then the emotion behind it and everything. I'm just kind of checking my focus. I think I could actually do a little better than that. Okay, let's go with that. Sorry. All right, going to the top of the chat, looking for questions. Ashley, where you at? That's funny. Yeah, where's Ashley? She's always first. She's always first. Until we get another super chat. So there's none in the queue right now. So if you have a question, you put a super chat in. I'm gonna answer it right now. What songs do you want Megan to sing in the next few rounds? I just soulful singer songs like she's doing. Like that song was perfect. Anything that can get in this in the vein of like singing from her heart, especially with her faith, like the faith aspect that like goes out on the mountain, or oh gosh, I forgot what the song's actually called, but that hymn that she sang. Shoot, she could crush that Boondock song. Happy birthday, Angie. Can you show us an arpeggio on the piano? Also, is it possible for someone to sing an arpeggio? Oh, it's totally possible. Let me pull up old Logic here and get the keyboard making noise. Let me see if you can hear that. Come here, headphones. Oh, it's a good idea to plug it in. Actually, no, I can't. I was rushing and didn't quite put in my keyboard, even though I bragged about that. I can sing an arpeggio. An arpeggio is just it's typically a chord, and then you sing the notes of that chord. So, bum, 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 1, 3, 5, 1. So that's an arpeggio. A lot of warm-ups. You hear people doing arpeggios. Jacob Collier's someone who does like crazy. So that's 1, 3, 5, 1, which is just a major chord. Bum, 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 bum. But he does like bum, 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 bum. But huge expansive chords really quickly. But yeah, you can totally do that. Hey, Clark, do you watch Reality Check during your season? If so, did it help or hurt you? Melinda was keen, but Mike was a bit tougher on you. I did, yeah. We all watched it. Which was good for some, not for others. It was just nice to get some real critique or real thoughts from musical people and people that loved American Idol. Melinda is now a friend, and Michael, I remember getting a little sour about some of what Michael would say about me. I remember he never was disrespectful or anything, but I remember like one contestant who will go unnamed had a rough performance. They cracked a lot in their voice and they were sick, and it was just a really rough time. Really not their fault, just how the cards played. And then I did a performance that I was really proud of, and Michael was like, the best performance of the night by far was, and then said the person that was cracking all over the stage. And I was like, okay, you lose. Like, I don't respect your opinion anymore. And I got a little sour, but I did get interviewed by him after the show, and he's great, very nice guy, doing the same thing I'm doing. $5 super chat from Jamil, and we're at 14 minutes, just over 14 minutes. So if I finish this and there's 15 minutes left, we will end the super chat. Excuse me, we'll end the live stream. But if you would like it to keep going and you have a question that didn't get answered, you can send it in a super chat, and I will keep the live stream going until I answer every single super chat question, starting with Jamil. Can you give us some perspective on what it's psychologically like to actually go up on stage for the results once you make it beyond the top 10? Only a little bit, and I'm going to be real honest with you, and this is a little bit vulnerable, for me. There was never a moment when I was facing a cut that I didn't have full confidence, would bet my life type of confidence that I was making it through. And I wouldn't credit it to, I'm just that, like me thinking I'm just that good, because great singers get sent home all the time. It was a deeper sort of knowing. I've experienced that before a handful of times. One time I was in high school and we were down by 1 and there's like 2 seconds left and I got fouled and I had to shoot 2 free throws to win the game. It's actually a 1-and-1. So if I missed the first one, I didn't get to shoot a second one to tie it. And I knew without it, I would have bet my life on me making both of those free throws. And it wasn't a confidence thing. I just knew, and it happened. I had that same weird knowing every single time from the beginning of Hollywood Week all the way to the very end. The first time I didn't have it was the finale, which was when, of course, I didn't win and got second. But I didn't ever feel any nerves of any kind when I was actually faced with the cut, which is weird, but it's my honest answer. We have another $10. We have another super chat. Let me make sure I didn't miss any. Rhonda Magley, thank you. $2 super chat. First one from Rhonda. I appreciate that. I'm looking for your name to make sure you didn't mean to put a question and forget. Oh, here we go. Okay, well, I guess it got on there for $1.99. I was trying to push the $9.99 thing, but it is what it is. It is what it is, Rhonda. If you want to change your mind and hit $9.99 again, I won't be mad at you. If you have a question, I'm going to still look out for you as I scroll down. I appreciate the super chat. I don't see her say anything. Oscar Morales, $10 super chat. Who will be the most successful of this group long term? Good question. It's impossible to know. It's impossible to know. If I had to guess, I would say Ian. I think his fan base will travel well during like the one that he has right now, and then we'll keep with them. I think he has a lot to offer individualistically. Is that a word? Just what he offers, what he brings to the table translates, I think, to what'll be after. And I can't get what Ian gives me from anybody else in the world, and that's really special. Rhonda, another $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Rhonda, for trying again. Elena Shapiro. Hey, I missed your thoughts on Wayani in the first Don't Make Me Close. She was a little under on the close, but this is my favorite performance from her. I thought she brought some incredible moments to the stage there. I got a text from my mom saying that I missed a super chat from Javier. Unacceptable. I'm going to find you, Javier. I'm going right now. Bam, found it. Thank goodness. Javier asked, $5 super chat. Thank you. Can you name some songs that you would love to see Zachariah perform? He's my top 2 along with Ian. I would love him to, I know I talked about I would love to hear him sing a ballad, but I'd love to hear him sing Foreigner stuff like Hot Blooded. There's another song. I'd love to hear him sing like a Steve Perry ballad, like a Journey ballad or something like Faithfully, or that might be really cool. Great question. All right, coming back down, getting back on track. Elena asks, hey, I forgot I already answered that one. Aaron Coughlin, thank you for the $2 super chat. Javier had a super chat you missed. Aaron, Aaron just spent $2 just so you would, that's for you, bro. That's how much she cares. That's how selfless she is. She just did $2 super chat to make sure I answered you. Very nice. Thank you, Aaron. From me and Javier, I speak for him as well. $5 super chat from Jamie. And then we have another from Javier, and that's it. So if that's it, by the time I'm done with Javier's question, we'll end this beautiful live Q&A that we've had. Where do you think you would place with this year's group? Still think you would kill it, but just curious, how do you think you would do? You know what? That's a great question. Because this season, I do not think I would make the top 7 that America just voted for. Because the thing that was going for me was my musicality, like my voice and me playing an instrument, and like Kyra and Oliver and Emma and Tyson and all these incredibly talented musicians who's not equating myself and calling myself an incredible musician. I was just saying my thing was my musicality. And this season, that is not a thing of high value. So I think top 10 at best. At best, I'd be lucky to get top 10 in this season, if I could guess. Who's to know? I might not even have made it to 24 or 36. You know, who really knows? Because there's a ton of talent this season. Javier, I think Zachariah would sound great on a Meatloaf song. Yes, that's a great idea. Yes, Meatloaf. He would, yes. That's what I want from Zachariah. Would love you till the end of time. I can't remember what that song is, but that one. He just run all over the stage. It'd be great. I think that's a spirit animal. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being great supporters and so many gracious people doing super chats and questions. And we're not done yet. AKL with this first super chat from her. Thank you so much. No question. The no question super chats get me right in the heart. No question. Just grateful for the community space you are creating here. It is making Idol more meaningful for me this year. That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to all of you. We raised $100 in this super chat. And I found out I needed an extra extension to this camera I got for it to actually work. And that $100 covered it exactly. So you guys are making this happen. Hooray. I'm like the guy who talks and stuff, but you guys are the people who actually are producing these videos. You're the ones that are funding and fundraising to give me not just a platform to talk on, but the camera and the microphone and the fancy equipment to make this live stream a higher quality. All of these things, the paint on the walls, everything. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. $2 super chat from Adam Johnson, a student of mine who's going to get on American Idol. Thank you. And another $2 from Rhonda. Rhonda's trying her best, darn it, to get that $10, and I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. I'm going to go downstairs and eat. Someone said I eat too late in the day. Well, I'm going to try to eat earlier starting right now because I'm hungry and I'm going to go. Love you guys. Have a good one. And I'll see you next Sunday. We only have 2 more weeks. It's crazy. Okay. Love you. Bye.